18th of November, Rabbi Levitt, Gomorrah.
Okay, we are ready. So, so everybody, we'll just jump in, right? Let's just jump in over here. We were in the middle of doing the Rashis. We did the Rashi. Chayes Bonim, Yumsu Avos al Bonim. We did that. And now let's do the Isok Adaitach. It says Di Samach Dalad. In the Rashi. Little about 2/3 of the way down in Rashi. Yeah. So what the Gomorrah is doing over here is after we presented the drasha of Mar Berei de Ravina, that this pasuk is to be interpreted to exclude Eved Kanani, the Gomorrah now is saying, because if you thought to learn the pasuk like it was already taught, Umrun, like we already taught it in the Gomorrah in Sanhedrin.
It's all been taught. The Amma, the Sanhedrin. It's all been taught, as we said, it's Sanhedrin. Ata if so proving that we should have to disqualify relatives.
Right. It was how is it coming to do that, this pasuk? Because if we learn that this pasuk is talking like this, Lo Yumsu Avos, we will not put to death Avos al Bonim, on Bonim, meaning on the basis of the testimony of their Bonim. And that we won't do because they won't be able to testify, even though they're kosher witnesses. Everybody's kosher over here. We're not talking about Vodim or anybody like that. But they can't testify against their father because we don't allow krovim, close relatives, to testify for or against one another in the Beis Din. Okay, so the Gomorrah says, because if you would say that that's the correct way to explain the pasuk, so then the Gomorrah said, Liktov Rachmana, Lo Yumsu Abus al B'neihem. The pasuk should rather have said that the fathers should not be chayiv misa on the basis of the testimony of B'neihem, of their sons. And here we have a Rashi over here. Also, Lichtov al B'neihem.
Lichtov al B'neihem, that should be taught on their sons. Okay. Midashane Lichtav Bunny, that it taught to write sons stama. This it's a generic language, stams. Shema, learn from Karki, learn from them both things. You learn two things from it.
Yeah. What are the two things now that we're going to learn, since it says Banim and it doesn't say B'neihem?
I guess one is with the Evid. What was the second thing? The second thing was that there had to be no relationship. It could be a Gale also. The no relationship is one.
Oh, very good. In other words, we're not saying that the way to interpret the pasuk like that is wrong. But we're saying that since it does not say B'neihem and it says Banim, we're going to say that not only can we learn from that pasuk the drasha that Krovim cannot testify for or against one another, but we're also going to learn the exclusion of someone who has no chayes banim, who doesn't have sons who are related halachically to him. That's the second drush. That's the second halacha that we're going to learn out from this, that it says in the pasuk banim and it doesn't say b'neihem. If it only said b'neihem, we would not be able to learn out the drasha of Mar Berei de Ravina, who says that the Eved Kanani is Pasal Edis. But since it says Banim, we could learn the drasha that the Gemara in Sanhedrin says to exclude Krovim from being able to testify against one another, and also we can learn the drasha of that excludes the Eved Kanani from being a witness. That's the Tarti that Rashi is explaining over here. Very good. Right. So we're not coming to exclude that drasha from the Gemara and Sanhedrin about Krovim being puzzle witnesses. We're just going to add this extra drasha of Eved Kanani. Okay. So then the Gemara asked its question. Let's go back into the Gomorrah inside. Ela me'ata. Oh, there goes Roy. Ela me'ata. Ela me'ata can be found.
Top of page 88, A4.
Thank you. Okay, Alan, would you like to read Ela me'ata?
Gomorrah challenges interpretation, Ela me'ata. But now, because of the aforementioned verse, concludes, Uvanim lo Yumaso al Ovos, and sons shall not be put to death because of fathers. Hochi Nami, it is also so that lo Yomasu al Pi Bonim She'en or Lahem Chayim or Vos, people should not be put to death through the testimony of sons who have no genealogical relationship to their fathers. This would refer to a convert to Judaism. Elor Gar Hochi Nami before Sul Le'edus was also so that a convert is disqualified for testimony because he has no legal relationship to his father. why we know that a convert is qualified to testify. The Gemara responds, or Amre, they said, Wachi Hashator. Now, is this analogy correct? Ger, in the case of a convert, Mihi the Ain Lo Hayis the Mala, granted that he has no genealogical relationship with love to his father, Lamator Yesh Lo Chayis, but below to his son, he does have a genealogical relationship through K or Ved. This is to exclude a slave. The Ain Lo, Chayim Lo, the Malor, below the Lamator, who does not have any genealogical relationship neither above to his father nor below to his son.
Oh, they keep talking Art Scroll with their genealogy over there.
Hmm.
I don't. It makes me worry. Okay. I don't know why they keep using that word. Okay, but in any case,
That's how they translate in Yichus. That there's a relationship between the generations, so to speak. You know, that's for the father and son. So because Ger has no relationship to father and son, so does Evid have no relationship, father and son.
yeah, but my understanding is genealogical is basically saying biological. And that there certainly is. No?
Right,
Unless I
yeah.
don't understand the word genealogical.
Right, there is no biological relationship between a Ger and also between an Evid and the person. They have no
But there's a 100% biological connection between the Evid and his son. That is biological son.
Could also be a genealogical relationship between people who married in. That includes includes that too, I think. So when you do a genealogical tree, that you would include what do you call it? People who've married in. It's part of the genealogy, I think. No?
Right. So they they're the right. In terms of it's certainly the but what our Gomorrah is talking about is that the halacha does not regard the son. What our Gomorrah is talking about is that the halacha does not regard the genealogical son of the Evid as in halacha as a son. That son is not going to inherit his genealogical father who is an Evid Kanani. It's not going to inherit him. Even though that's his genealogical son. So I'm not sure why the Art Scroll keeps using this word when we're talking here about what the Torah recognizes as the son for purposes various halakhic ramifications that accrue as a result. Okay. All that notwithstanding, so let's go to the Rashi and see how Rashi elucidates our Gomorrah over here. Okay, we did the Isokadaitak, we did Lichtov al B'neihem. And now Rashi has a Ger Ein Lo Chayes. Oh, so just to one in 1 minute, what's the Gomorrah's question now? According to the Gomorrah's question, is that this way that we're interpreting the pasuk to exclude an Eved Kanani from being a witness, according to that way of interpreting and darshaning the pasuk, so that avos obanim means avos cannot testify if they don't have banim that are miyuchas to them, that are halachically related to them. So too, in the second part of the, according to the second part of the pasuk, says the Gemara, it says ubanim lo yumsu al avos. The banim will not be yumsu al avos. That should be interpreted to mean, says the Gemara, that that people will not be put to death on testimony of banim who do not have chayes avos. They don't have a halachic connection to their father, and that would be referring to a ger who is Megayer is kekatan shenolad dami. He's like a newborn baby, in the sense that he's now doesn't have any halachic father. He has a biological father, of course. He has no halachic father now, once he is Megayer. So therefore, he would be a banim she'ein lehem chayes avos. He would be a son that does not have a yichus to his father. And so as such, if that's the way we're going to interpret the psukim, then we would say that a ger is also excluded from being a kosher witness. Okay. On that, the Gomorrah answered. The Gomorrah answered that no, you don't have a good question over here. Hachi hashta is saying you have not made, you don't have a good, you didn't make a good question over here. Your comparison to a ger to an Eved Kanani is not a good comparison. And why not? Because the Gomorrah said that ger nehida ein lo chayes lamala. True that he doesn't have a halachic yichus to his relatives that are in the previous generation, lamala, meaning his father. But lamata yesh lo chayes. But to go down a generation, when that ger has a son, that son is 100% related to that father. That is his father's a ger, and there is 100% halachic relation between the son and the father who is a ger. So it's not like he has no chayes at all. Lafuke, says the Gemara, that comes to but what our pasuk is talking about is somebody who's we're going to invalidate from being a kosher witness if he has not only he doesn't have any chayes, not above and not below, not to his father and not to his son. That's what we're talking about in the pasuk. And that refers to an Eved. An Eved doesn't have chayes, not lamala and not lamata. Let's see Rashi. Ger ein lo chayes.
There's something in that finishes though. What I'm trying to get is the ksiv, is the ramta susim zaramta. Where are we? What zaramta is what? Zaramta is not. I don't see in the Gomorrah the zaramta susim.
Right. Rashi's bringing a this is a pasuk in the Navi actually. And this is actually a Gomorrah. Oh, you have a little letter by the word dixiv. You have a little letter by the word ksiv in Rashi. It sends you to Masorsa Shas, and he tells you that where this is written. It's written in Yechezkel. The pasuk in Yechezkel. And what is that pasuk in Yechezkel telling me?
I don't have that letter.
It's a bit concealed. Rashi is not explaining us at all how that pasuk in Yechezkel has anything to do with our subject over here. But let's give Rashi a chance to develop his point over here. Let's not get stuck on that. Let's keep reading, and maybe we'll see it. We'll see the whole picture.
Rashi, let's go with where's Rashi, because I'm trying to figure out if it's Ram to Susi. I don't know what horses have to do with this. Afagal, even though Dixi Bil Adan, Ben Baladan, okay, these two
Oh
people,
boy. Getting even more difficult.
Baladan, son of Baladan, and immediately these words of Bigiyuton.
Baladan ben Baladan. But okay, so the Afogav, what Rashi is doing over there is he's saying, even though we have a pasuk, which this pasuk is in also in the Navi, it's in Malachim, that identifies one of the kings in Canaan as Baladan ben Baladan. So Rashi feels that that's a difficulty based upon what he just got through saying, that you see that in fact we do connect the non-Jewish son to his father. Wow. Hani mili begeyuson. That is so when the both of them have not are non-Jews. Avon is Gairu Habonim.
Yeah. This guy who Habanim, if the children, if the sons do convert, lo Nityasko Afare Aviyam, there's no yichus after their fathers. Eric Haba, and the next Eric of the bones, the bone. Someone who comes on has relations with his Yibam, which is the bonus to quote.
So this is all a Gomorrah over there in Yevamos, Samach Base. So, well, let's pull out a Gomorrah in Yevamos. Everybody have a Gomorrah in Yevamos?
Yeah, which,
This is Yevamos Samach Base, 62a.
I'm gonna go get one. Okay, we're in 62A.
Okay. Okay, Yavamas.
No, I haven't got Yavamas. I thought I did.
Yeah, Yavamas.
It's volume 24 of Arts Call. If you have them on the numbers on the side.
Let's see here. Yeah, this is a very interesting daf over here. All about Yichus. I'm looking for the I'm looking for this pasuk in Yecheskel. I don't. Could be it doesn't say the pasuk in Yecheskel here. Looks like it doesn't. So yeah, what it did. Yeah, okay. I thought that let's take a look at this Rashi again over here in our Gomorrah. Rashi says, Ger ein lo chayas. He has no chayas. Now, Ger, he doesn't have chayas. He doesn't have chayas lamala, the Argamor said, but he has chayas lamata. He's not halachically related to his father after he's Megayer, but he is halachically related to his son that he has after he was Megayer. So what's Rashi's point over here? Ger ein lo chayas. That would be referring to the chayas that he has lamala to his father after he's Megayer. He has no halachic connection now. Iksiv zermas zusim zaramtam. Okay. Oh, 1 second. You know what I think Rashi might be saying? I think what Rashi is saying is that no, but it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. This quoting to this pasuk of Zerma Susim Zeramtim is needs explanation over here. Now we got our work cut out for us. See, right? If you just overlook that pasuk and just keep going and reading in Rashi, Rashi says, "Afogav diksiv baladan ben baladan," even though it does say that that he was the son of him, he was the son of his father. Hani mili begayusim. That is only true with that we would trace their yichus back one to the son to the father begayusim before either one of them has become a Jew, while they are still members of a foreign nation. Aval nisgairu, but once either one of them has been megayer, and in this case we're talking about the banim being megayer, converting. Lo nisyachsu achab avihem. Thereafter, they are not halachically connected back to their father. And then Rashi quotes a Gomorrah, the Per Kabal Yavimto. That's our Gomorrah here in Yevamos 62a. Now, if you look in the Gomorrah in 62a, but
Yeah, well, 62a, I'm looking at 62a. Okay, that's the name of the parak. Abba Yavamato. That's the name of the parak, so that's what the words, that's not part of it. It's really saying that whole concept of Baladon ben Baladon is the name of a Melech Babel. And the concept is that he's being called after his same name. And that's as long there is a yichus of the guy on himself. It's fine as long as he doesn't want, but once there's Garrus involved, it's now separated from his father. He's now no longer related to his father after Garrus. And that's what Rashi is saying there. The Garrus takes him away from, the yichus is now gone. That's what Rashi is saying here. That there is, Gerim do have, while they goyim, they still have yichus. Once they nikayer, the yichus stops. And that's what the I'm looking at. I'm trying to find it for you. I see it in the art scroll. I'm trying to find for where it is on 62a. It says he's saying to Arma. I'm reading the art scroll. I'm trying to find it on the bottom of the page. It's near the bottom. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 11 lines up from the bottom. That's what it's saying. The 8 at that time, the Reish Lachis, the 8 at that time, Shalach Birach Baladan. That's what he sent. The Melech Badal, the king of a dozen, the Soman. Amalei, the Chiyut Yutam of the Kacham. That's because these guys are Goyim. These the Chayas. There is Gaius. There is Yichus. Because it's the same person, it's a one of the other. Nikaero, here's what we're learning now. Nikaero is what Rashi's saying. Leis lehuchayis. Once somebody becomes a ger, he loses the yichus to his father now. That's what he's quoting on. It undoes the yichus once you convert, once you're a ger. That's what Rashi is saying at that point over there. So,
yeah, right. Okay. So to go back to our Rashi here in Lochayas. Yeah, I still can't figure out really why Rashi quoted this pasuk, Zer Masusim Zeramtem. Can't figure out what that has to do with it.
yeah, I don't see the sense.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, the main point is exactly as you've said, Phil. So we'll take that and we will go weiter. So now, so that's the fact that a ger ain't lo chayas, meaning that he has no chayas lamata. That's what Rashi is saying over here. Once the son is megayer, so he's not halachically miyuchas related to his father.
That's lamala. Lamata, there is yichus. A ger has a son. There is yichus to the son. You just can't go above. You can't go to the generation before.
Yeah,
It's lamala.
yeah. Okay, so the Gomorrah is saying over here that Haki Hashta, Gomorrah is saying your question is not a well-formulated question. To say that based upon the second part of the pasuk, a ger should be excluded from being an aid is a totally incorrect question. The question is no good. Why is the question no good? Because the Gemara says you cannot compare the ger to an Eved Kanani. Because like Phil said, the ger, he, even though he doesn't have a chayas lamala, but he does have a chayas lamata. And what our pasuk here is doing is you have to read the whole pasuk as a unity. What we're talking about over here is a person who not only, we're talking about a person like an Eved Kanani, Lafuke Eved. The pasuk is coming to exclude the pasuk when there's two parts. When it says Lo Yumsu Avos Obanim, and then it says Ubanim Lo Yumsu Al Avos. Two ways. That's what the pasuk is coming to. That person is the person that the pasuk is coming to exclude. Lafuke ha'eved. It's coming to exclude an eved from being a valid witness. The ein lo chayas lo lamala but lo lamata. He does not have halachic connection, not to his father and not to his son either. The Eved Kanani. So therefore, that is the one that the pasuk is coming to exclude, but not the ger. The ger is only the pasuk is only talking that someone who doesn't have either connection is excluded. But a ger does have a connection one way, even though he doesn't have a connection lamala. So therefore, the ger is not excluded at all from this pasuk. Okay. That's that point. And then the Gomorrah, do we have any time? We have 2 more minutes. So let's read the Isokadaita. That if you wanted to think to say, Phil, you can read.
Let's go to the Isokadaita. Let's try to find my place again in one of the Gomorrah, not in the article. The Isokadaita thing as ger was puzzle the Adis, the ger would be puzzle for Adis. Leafed over the pasuk says, Lo yemuto avot al banayim, that the fathers should not die on their children's the sins of the father, so to speak. We could even say Lo yemuto the Adis, that they don't die on the Adis bunny with the testimony of their sons. The pasuk reads, the sons don't die because of the fathers. The Shema Mina, you learn from it. Trey. You learn 2. That the father, the sons don't die with the testimony of the father. The idach, and you also lo yemutu al pi panim. You also they don't learn, and those don't die on the reverse. The father, the sons don't die because the testimony of the fathers. The fathers don't die in the testimony of the sons. She'ein lahem. If there isn't to them yichus of also the connections of the father, the Eved, if there is no connection of the father, avos, and the slaves, none at all. Not delayed, not learn it out. The call the chumah. We're not going to finish this going longer and longer. The call the chumah. And Meger, call the chumah, the Meger. The Mager Lamala who that the Ger Lamala who the Ainlo, because there is no Yichus Lamala for a Ger. Lamata Yeshno Yichus. But here there is the downward here there is Yichus. He's Pasol Evis. Eved. Also, Eved she'ein lo yichus lo lamala, because there is lo. It's not lamala vilamata. It's not. It's not a two-way street. He doesn't have yichus both ways, above and below. He only has it below, not above. Eno din shu pasel. Isn't this the din? She would be pasel to anus. And the pasuk says, even the avos al banim, mashma lo yimud al pi. It continues on and on and on. It's a lot saying the same thing. Lo yimudu al pi avos shim dan father she'eno yichus banim. Mamina hevet she'eno yichus. Lamata lamata who the pasel ages. So we are going to say, we're going to continue and discuss next time though. There is saying that it should still be pasel le'evis, but the ger is in a different situation. Okay, because than the Evid, because the ger has neither way yichus. Where the Evid has no yichus either above or below, where the ger has a one-way yichus. Okay, kept it forward next one. Okay,
Very good.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. A good Shabbos. All the best. We'll see everybody tomorrow at 10:30 for Peliowitz.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Shabbos in advance, and have a good day. Thank you. Sorry, I sort of went in and out. Anyway,
No problem. You got to do what you got to do.
yeah. No, I went out to get some medicine just last time. Anyway, thank you. Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.